Have you ever heard the legend of the rice and the chessboard? Story goes that a wise sage presented a king with a chessboard and asked for a single grain of rice on the first square and doubling it on each subsequent square. The result was a powerful demonstration of exponential growth. Today, we're going to explore a similar concept, compound interest, and how you can easily calculate it using Excel. Whether you're planning your saving strategy or curious about investment growth, this tutorial will break it down step by step. You'll see just how powerful compound interest can be and how Excel can make managing your finances a breeze. Also, near the end, I've got a bonus tip on something called the rule of 72. Let's dive in.
In this example, when we want to calculate compound interest, we have five things you need to think about. Your principal, the amount that you're going to start out at, the annual rate, what interest rate are you going to get? Compounding per year, are you going to compound it once per year, twice per year? In our example, we're just going to assume it's going to compound once a year, maybe at the end of the year. Okay, how many years we're going to have this investment and our future value. So this is basically what is the end output of all these calculations. Let's put it in. Let's pretend we have $1,000. Here we'll say, what's our annual interest rate? We're going to say 5%. Press enter. And then how many times it's going to compound per year. Now you can have investments which compound once, twice, or four times a year. But as I said before, let's make it simple. And it just compounds near the end of the year. And we'll just say once per year. How many years that we want to see this investment? Let's just make it an easy number. Put 10. So what function we're going to use to get our future value? It's going to be appropriately the future value function or FV function. So if I put FV, you can see the tooltip comes up. It gives you a brief description of it. I'm going to press tab, and these are the values that we're going to put in there. So the rate's going to be our 5%, comma, and per, that's our number of periods, and that's basically how many years am I going to put this investment in there. Payment, this is like a periodic payment that we're going to put into the investment. Maybe we want to do something every month. It doesn't apply here because we're just putting $1,000 in initially, comma, right? So PV, that's going to be our initial principal payment. That type argument at the end, we don't need that. Close parentheses, press enter, and this is the future value. Why is it in red? It's just the way the Excel does it. And usually in red, you can kind of think outgoing. And if you didn't like that, think of it this way. Let's just say, and we put a negative there, just think of it this way. You took something out of your pocket, put somewhere else into an investment. So if we did it like that, then in the future, we're going to get that positive amount. So that's just letting Excel do it for you. Now, if you wanted to be a nerd and think about how we can do it manually, here's the formula. And if you're curious to see how you can do this in Excel, let's just put this in, plug it in, right? I'm going to put a formula in here to show you how it looks like when I am typing it out. It's called formula text. And I'll reference this cell here, press enter. So let's put in our formula. So we're going to have our principal, and we're going to multiply that by interest. So I'm going to put that open parentheses, 1 plus the 0.05, 0.05, divided by 1, because 1 indicates the compounding times per year. And in our case, it's only 1. So we'll just follow the formula and put 1. If it was twice per year compounding, we'll put 2 there, but it's not. Close parentheses. Now we're going to have the exponent. So that's going to be shift 6 to get that caret. And open parentheses. And here's the compounding per year times the years. In our case, again, it's 1 multiplied by 10 years. Close parentheses, press enter, and then we have our value. And in this case, we have negative here because it doesn't follow the way that the form function does it here. If we're a stickler for the way it looks, we just put a negative sign here, press enter. And then we have a positive value of 1.6K. Let's try to put the numbers in that we got from our rice chessboard parable. Well, so I'm going to remove this. This is kind of distracting right now. Here, let's just say that was just 1 grain of rice. And the annual rate is 100%. I'll put 100% there, press enter. How many times is the compound per year? We're not doing any compounding, so it's still going to stick at 1. How many years is it going to be? Well, there's 64 squares on a chessboard. So let's type 64, press enter, and you got all those hash marks. What does that mean? That means this number is too big for this cell. But I'm going to double click it, and you're going to see how much money. Now it's in dollars, but let's just say that was grains of rice. You can see that's way over a billion, even over a trillion. So that's compounding for you. Hey, remember when I said there's also this concept of the rule of 72? It's basically a rule of thumb. And if you didn't want to do all these calculations, you want to see how much your money doubled based on the interest rate, you just apply this rule of 72. What it is you just divide 72 by the interest rate. So let's say, for example, you have 5% interest rate. How many years would it take me to double my money. So we'll say 0.05, 5%, right? It's going to take 14.4 years. So let's get back to our original example. Let's say we had $1,000 and our annual rate was 5% again. All right, compound at 1. And our years, supposedly it's going to take 14.4 years. Let's just put 14 years here just to check. And we're at 1979. So that's very close to 2000, doubling it. If we put it 15, it's a little bit over 2000. So you can see that it kind of applies. So if you didn't want to do all these calculations and you wanted to see, hey, if I got an interest rate, how long does it take for my money to double? You can use this rule of 72. 72 divided by the interest rate.
Hey, thanks for watching. We hope this tutorial has made compound interest calculations with Excel simple and clear. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more finance and Excel tips. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, let us know.